Use your fucking brain, make decisions for yourself, and stick up for what you fucking believe in, dude. Hey guys, what's up? Will there ever be a day that I come on this video and like don't look like shit? Like, there will be a day. I actually just ordered like lighting and like professional YouTube shit. Like, I'm so not even good at this stuff. I should have gone to like a lighting store. I was literally on Amazon Googling like YouTuber lighting and I was clueless, but for only $130 I found like this bougie ass ring light. We'll see how that works when it comes, because it should make the quality of everything super great. And I also think I'm gonna start like wearing a little bit of makeup in videos, because if we're gonna do this shit in HD with the ring light, I don't think this is gonna fucking fly anymore. For today's video, I just thought I'd do like a little bit of a banter. I want to keep uploading regularly because I don't have a job yet. So basically YouTube is my only job. That doesn't pay me anything, but you know, it's fine. I actually filmed a video yesterday that was supposed to be this banter, but I was really emotionally charged from an argument that I got into with the 35-year-old guy, because even though we all thought that was said and done, boys never die and it's not done, and it's really up in the air and there's a lot going on, and I made a whole video talking about it vaguely because he does not like when I talk about him and I's situation on YouTube. I learned that the hard way. I don't know, I really love and care about and respect him, and I don't want to do anything to like muddy the water anymore. It's just so hard when you love someone. I like literally love him, and this is only the third person I've ever like really loved since my ex and Brandon, and getting over Brandon was a huge feat for me. If y'all fucking have been watching this channel, if you fucking know, like me getting over Brandon was so disastrous, so painful, like so many tears shed over such a long period of time. I would say that I've only been like 100% over Brandon for like 10, 11 months, like a year max. Like I remember last summer, I was still like super emotional about shit. Like if he would reach out to me, I like wouldn't be able to talk to him without crying, because it was just such a fresh wound, even like years later. I don't know, when you love someone, it's a process, like grieving and healing and getting over them. So to find someone new who I spent all this time with, and we had like a really slow, steady paced relationship, for a lack of better words, I was getting to a place with him where the feelings were just going so strong, and like I do love him a lot, and it's hard. It's really fucking hard when you're in a really bad place with someone that you really love, and all you want is for the bad place to go away and for the good place to come back, and life's not that easy. And with him and I's situation and all that has fucking gone down over the past like 3-4 months since I've seen him, it's just so messy, and so much needs to be said on both sides, and so many apologies need to be given, and we need way clearer and better communication. And I think that if we could work on communication, we could be in a good spot, but it's just tough when he keeps reiterating to me like, I can't date you, but like I'm never asked you to date me. Like, yes, I would like to date you eventually, but I'm very understanding of the place that you're at in your life right now. So why can't I just continue to be this constant person in your life who's there for you? And yeah, maybe we'll hook up and stuff, but like when we were hooking up, we weren't hooking up with other people. So why not just go back to that place and just continuously have me in your life for the next year or two, whatever, until you're in a place that you want to be in a relationship and everything else is more calm to where you can dedicate your commitment to someone. Why wouldn't you want me around? Why wouldn't you want to be like, okay, now I want a girlfriend who's been here for me this whole fucking time, Brighton, and then we just turn what we have into a more serious relationship, because what we had to me already was like a relationship. Like I treated him like my husband, like above and beyond, did everything for him, still am doing things for him. It's his birthday in 4 days, and I have gone above and beyond with the birthday gift that I got him. And I know that that seems so silly, like why would you get a birthday gift for someone that you're like up in the air with? But it's just like, I love this person, they're still in my life even if it's a bad place, and my love language is gift giving, and this gift, y'all, is so insane and amazing, like so thoughtful. I just my love life right now is shit. Let's just put it like that. It's shit. Anyway, without further ado, let's just get into the banter. I could talk about my own personal life forever, but I don't want to do that. So first thing I want to talk about, this is just something I've thought of and I want to hear other people's opinions on it, is people marry whoever is there for them at the point in their life that they want marriage more so than they marry the person that they love the most, which kind of makes sense to me actually, because think of dating. Like if you're in a place where you really want a boyfriend and you're on Tinder, you're on Bumble, you're putting yourself out there, you're trying to meet someone that you'd be willing to date because you know, I'm in this place where I want a boyfriend. It would make sense then if someone comes along that maybe doesn't tick off all your marks on paper. Maybe they aren't every single thing that you want in a boyfriend, but you want a boyfriend and this person for now is good enough for that. That makes sense. Like people do that all the time. Like two people can meet up on Tinder and because they both just want a relationship, they decide to form one, mainly because they want relationships more so than they care about what the other person can bring to the table or if this person is the best fit for them for a relationship, which I think people do that all the time. Likewise, as someone who is always open to a relationship, I would never be like, no, I don't want a boyfriend right now. If someone came along that was important or special to me, I would absolutely be like, yes, I will date you. I'm not ever like, well, right now I don't want to date. No, I do want to date. I'm just not like that. Like I don't really believe, for lack of better words, on like letting someone just pass by who could be great for me because I am not ready for a relationship. So I'm always open to relationships. So when I like go on a date with someone from Bumble or meet this 35-year-old guy at ACL or whatever, I'm like so receptive to the relationship. If the other person's like, oh, well, actually, I don't want one, then it's like, okay, well, so that's the only issue with me and you dating is just because you're in this headspace that you don't want a relationship, which again makes sense. So when it comes to dating, it definitely makes sense that sometimes people just date people because they're in a space that they want to date and it might not necessarily be like the perfect person to date. So I think it definitely makes sense then that people would do that for marriage. Like if you're fucking 35 or something or whatever an age is that most people are like, fuck, time's ticking, I should get married now. You might just kind of lock it down with whoever the first person you date is if you're in this headspace like I need to be locked down. And then you're not necessarily marrying the like best person for you, you're marrying the person that was there in the moment that you were ready for marriage. As much as that all makes sense, I just think that's so fucking sad and I don't ever want that for my life. Like if I'm marrying someone, I don't want to just be getting married because I'm like 40 and feel like I should be getting married. I want to marry someone who like every fucking day I'm so excited about and want to do things for forever because marriage is a huge commitment. And like, I really want to be married. I don't want a kid. So that's going to be very interesting for me to find someone else who also doesn't want a kid. But I also think that's a huge reason why I like older people, because older people have either already had a kid or two with someone else. And that's fine to me, honestly. I used to be so anti like other people having kids already. I was like, I don't want that. If I don't even want my own kid, why would I ever want your kid that you had with someone else in my life? But I think it would actually be best for me to be with someone that already had their own kid, so then there wouldn't be pressure on me to like give them a kid. And because they're older, they're probably past the age of wanting to like start a family. Like if I end up dating or marrying someone 15 years older than me, I'm kind of assuming you're past the wanting to procreate stage and you're just vibing with the kid you already have, or maybe you just don't want a kid, period. And I think as time has changed, like the more modern day that we're in, a lot less people are like wanting houses, wanting kids, wanting all that stuff, because we have moved out of the 1950s and we realize that there's so much more to life than just getting the white picket fence and raising a family. That's never been my thing. I've never fantasized about a house. I've never fantasized about a big yard. I've never fantasized about having a family. Not even when I was little, not even when I was a teenager, not even now, like in my 20s, entering like real adulthood. That's never been my fantasy. Like when I fantasize about my future, for my whole life, it's always been career focused. Like, I want to do this so bad, and I want to be this. I want to do this for people, and that's fucking fine. I can break the status quo. I don't have to be the girl that finds the guy to marry and have a bunch of kids and be a housewife. Like, this is 2018. I don't have to do that, but I'm going to have to find someone who likewise is down with me not wanting to do that, because there's still a lot of men that view women as being home and raising their kids and stuff, and that's just not me. I don't know where I was going with that whole thought process, but I just read something the other day that was like, most people don't marry who they loved the most or would have wanted to be with the most out of all the relationships they've had. They marry the person that's there for them in the moment when they're ready for marriage. And I absolutely think that's true. And that makes so much sense, because so many relationships end in divorce, because I think so many people are just like, fuck, should I get married now? Or if you have a kid with someone out of wedlock, then there's pressure of, oh, should we just figure it out? Should we get married and just figure out what we have to do to fucking raise this kid? Because that's what people fucking did in like the 60s. My grandparents on both fucking sides of my parents both got pregnant by men that they were not dating because women were like not that educated on sex and pregnancy. Like when my British grandma got pregnant, she didn't even know what pregnancy was. She didn't know how women got pregnant. She didn't understand like what was gonna happen. She didn't know that she was gonna have to push a baby out of her vagina. Like that's fucking scary, okay? But like back in the day, if you get pregnant by someone, it doesn't fucking matter if that person's abusive. You're gonna figure out what the fuck you have to do to raise these kids because like divorce wasn't an option. And now people just give up so easily on relationships, but like 40 years ago people were staying in the worst relationships ever just because that's what you were supposed to do. Like my grandparents on both sides would not be married if they were just picking people that they liked. Like my grandma on my dad's side did not like my grandpa that much and like was really fucking mean to him and horrible to him for their entire marriage, like that poor man. And likewise my British grandma on my mom's side, she got pregnant by this guy when she first came over to America from England, like off the train, World War II, like I'm in America for this better life, meets this American soldier like a week into being in America and gets pregnant by him within a month, and then that's just it. That's your life now. You're locked the fuck down. And like, what? Like, that's crazy. But like, yeah, even back then, people just got married to who was there when like it was time for marriage or time to have a kid. And I think now people are still like that. Like, well, fuck, I want a kid. I want a marriage. I had a baby with this person. I might as well marry them. And it's just like, that's not what fucking marriage is supposed to be. Like if I marry someone, I want it to be like all-encompassing, insane love. Like I would honestly rather never be married and just have like a bunch of long-term relationships with people that I really wanted to be with, rather than just be like, oh, well, I'm getting married now. Do people agree? What are your thoughts on that? If you haven't read the book Modern Romance by Aziz Ansari, it's so good and it's all about like how relationships have changed like from the early 1900s to now, and courtship and marriage and all this stuff. And I don't know, I just think that's a very interesting statement that people marry who's there for them when they want to get married rather than who's the best person to marry. And it's very interesting to think about. Okay, next thing I wanted to talk about, now that I just ranted about that for 10 minutes, is the fact that everyone's on their phone all the fucking time, which like I get that that's the world we live in now, but like fucking when you're in public, like just look around you. If you're in a restaurant like waiting to be seated, or you're standing outside of the shopping mall, or just anytime you're in public anywhere, look around you. Every fucking person will have their iPhone in their face, and it's like insane that we all are just people like this now. I had a friend tell me once, like, if aliens ever came to Earth, they would think that these things were like our life source. Like, why do these humans have these things in their hand 24/7? Why do the humans lose their fucking shit when they misplace this thing for even an hour? It's like the end of the world. Like, people outside looking in, aliens would actually probably think we needed this to survive, when in reality, it's like nothing. My point is, when you're out in public enjoying the world, try to like not just be on Instagram because, oh, I'm waiting for my table, oh, I'm waiting for my mom to get out of the store, whatever it is. Like, be alert, like look at the people around you, like maybe smile at a stranger. Like I think so many people miss opportunities to find someone that might be great for them because they're looking at their phone. If someone sees you and they think you're so attractive and maybe they kind of want to talk to you, but you're looking at your phone, they're probably not going to come up to you. If you are not looking at your phone and are looking around and just like enjoying life and fucking taking the world in the way people had to do for all eternity before phones were invented 15 years ago, you'll be so much more receptive to not only allowing people into your life, but maybe finding love. Like, I just think of all the people that have missed out on finding the love of their life because they were too busy looking down at their phone instead of just like looking at the person right in front of them that maybe is trying to introduce themselves to you. I just think a lot of people miss out on a lot of things because they're too focused on the device in their hand instead of just like interacting with the world around them. So if you want like one little piece of advice to try out this week, be on your phone less when you're in public and just be receptive to everything that's going on around you, because you might miss some dope shit because you were looking at your goddamn phone too much. Next thing I want to talk about, which is also a little piece of advice, something you can try out this week, is that people need to be more uplifting of others. Like, I think we're in a world where jealousy is so prominent and we're comparing ourselves to others all the time, and we like want to talk shit about someone that we think is prettier or better than us just to feel better about ourselves. But like, if you just try and uplift someone else instead of being jealous of them or whatever it is, not only will you make that person feel so good, you also feel better about yourself because you're just being a good fucking person. Like, I know that whenever I see on Instagram, like someone I know has posted like a booty picture like me or a bikini picture or something that I know, like as a woman, like this person might get backlash. This person might be getting shit talked in a group text because of this picture. I'm the first person to like comment and be be like, oh my God, you're killing it, girl, you look so good, or like reply to a message in a DM and be like, oh my God, I love this picture of you, you look so great. And it's such a simple thing, and it makes the whole world like a much better place to like uplift other people instead of being like jealous of them or tearing them down because you think they have something you don't. Just uplift them. Just uplift them because they're just trying the same way you are, like to get through each fucking day. And you'd be amazed by how much of a difference you make in someone's life just by doing a tiny thing to uplift them. Like the reason that I am so confident and like believe I can do anything and have this great attitude is because I have parents that my entire life have every single fucking day told me to my face or sent me a text while I'm at college just being like, we think you're so great, you're a dreamboat, you can do anything, you're beautiful, you're perfect. Like my mom literally anytime I like show her an Instagram model or something, I'm like, oh my God, look at this girl's beautiful. My mom always is like, you're just as beautiful. And the thing is, like she fucking means that. And my dad is just always telling me like, you can do anything you wanna do, like I'll help you figure it out. And like just to have one person even in your corner just constantly telling you you can do it makes a world of difference. Because I don't know the kind of person I'd be if I wasn't born into a family with parents who just constantly tell me that I'm fucking great. Like when you have people telling you every day for your entire life that you're great, it's hard to believe that you're anything but great, you know? So just think about that. Like if two people, my parents, just uplifting me every chance they can, as parents should do, has made this much of an impact in my life as an adult, just think of the impact you can make in someone's life just being like, hey girl, I know that you're trying to start this or do this, and I just want you to know, like, I support you. I think that's cool. Like, to have girls reach out to me and be like, I know that maybe you're not YouTube famous yet. I know you might only get 600 views on a video, but I was one of those 600 views and you made a difference and what you're doing is fucking cool. Like, it never hurts to give someone a compliment, and you might be doing that person a world of good. Just like, wow, one fucking person believes in me. And sometimes all it takes is one person believing in you for you to feel like you can do it. So if you don't have someone who's telling you that you can do it, let me tell you right now that you can fucking do anything that you want with your life, anything that you want, any picture you want to post, anything. Just fucking go for it and do it, because I'm telling you that it's fucking dope, and you should spread this positivity by telling someone else you know that you like their Instagram picture or you like what they're doing. Just tell them like, I see you, I see what you're doing, it's fucking cool, keep killing it, because it makes the biggest fucking difference in the fucking world. And God only knows we need so much more positivity in the world. So if everyone just even once a day commented something nice on someone else's Instagram picture or Facebook, or sent someone a message or told someone in person like, hey, like I noticed what you're doing and you're doing a great job, you're gonna make such a big impact in someone's life. Like you don't even fucking know. And last thing I just want to talk about real quick, I know all these ideas are so random, but none of those things are worthy of like their own videos. So that's the point of banters. But I wanted to talk about how people are so fucking stupid. Like straight up, people care so much about conforming to society to fit in just so they don't stand out, so no one questions them, so no one thinks they're weird. People will do anything to just give into the status quo to feel like they're normal. There was a psychiatrist, psychologist, someone back in the day, like I learned this in psychology, and they did an experiment where they put like 3 toothpicks in a row of different lengths, and they're like obviously different lengths, and the only question was like, pick which of these toothpicks is the shortest, and it would be like done in a group setting, so like 10 people, like, okay, all of you pick which one's the shortest. And what they would do is they would like kind of trick the people into believing that like the tallest one was the shortest by being like, most people before you have chosen this stick to be the shortest when there's clearly another stick like there. And then people are like, fuck, like, is that the shortest? Like, am I misunderstanding? And then like the majority of the people in the experiment would choose the bigger stick that obviously was not the smallest just because they were told that everyone else picked that. So they just conformed and were like, okay, I think that's the smallest, but I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna say that the tallest stick is the smallest. And I know that it seems so stupid, but it's true. Like you can look up this experiment. It was done like fucking, I don't know, in the 70s or something when all this psychology shit was done. I don't know. Pavlov and fuck, I don't fucking know. Google it, it's a real thing. And it's just so interesting that like people will literally just like change their own opinion, even their opinion that they think is right, to fit the opinion of everyone else's just to fucking fit in and not seem weird. And that is a fucking big problem if you ask me. Like, don't be that person. Like, be the person that's like, no, okay, I'm sorry that these 500 people think the tallest stick is the shortest, but I'm telling you, the shortest stick right here, this tiny fucking stick, is definitely the shortest. Like, sometimes you're right and everyone else is wrong, and you just gotta believe in yourself. You gotta be like, no, I know what I'm doing is right. Like me with my YouTube and starting my life coaching business, like it's so easy for people to be like, oh, okay, Brighton just graduated and she's making a website. She actually thinks people are gonna pay money to Skype her and talk with her or text her and get advice on things. Like, she actually thinks that's gonna work. Like, yeah, I do. And I get on paper why a lot of people would think it wouldn't, because like starting your own business is so hard, and it's so hard to just make your own income each year on your own by being an entrepreneur. If I just listened to all the naysayers and all the people that thought my YouTube was stupid and thought me starting a business was stupid, I wouldn't get anywhere. But I'm the kind of person that's like, no, even if everyone tells me it's stupid, I think it's fucking dope, so I'm gonna ride with it. You gotta believe in yourself, like first and foremost, even when everyone else is telling you that you're wrong. Sometimes you're not fucking wrong. Like all the people in the world that have been so successful are people that have been told by so many that their idea was so stupid, and now here they are balling out, billionaires. I bet J.K. Rowling was told so many times that her little story about the wizard boy was fucking bullshit, but look at her now. She's like one of the richest women in the fucking world, all because she wrote some stories about a wizard. You can't give up on something that you think will do well, because if you keep trying hard enough other people will get on board with you and believe in you. So don't be the fucking person that picks the long stick when everyone else picks the long stick when you're supposed to pick the short stick. Use your fucking brain, make decisions for yourself, and stick up for what you fucking believe in, dude. Okay, well, I think that's it for this banter. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Feel free to follow me on social media. You definitely should if you're not. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.